Hello, you guys. I just got out of the ocean down on a beautiful beach. My whole family used to own that side back in the day. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about another book that I just finished. It was called House of Dusk. And this was a book that I thought was really interesting. It was basically Greek inspired. And we are following basically a woman, her name is Sephra, and she's kind of like a war hero, but with a lot of PTSD, and she's haunted by the things that she's done. She is responsible for poisoning the water supply of a city like 20 or so years ago to end a siege. And she has a ton of trauma because of that. And ever since the war, she has basically retired to a monastery where she's a nun for the Phoenix god, who has its sacred flame. And all of the religious people at that monastery are able to wield like flame powers, basically. There's also a second POV that we're following, and her name is Yenneris, and she is a bodyguard to the princess of that kingdom, and the princess is a Sibyl. So she has powers, and every time she cries, she prophesies, basically. And so we're following these two POVs as they are dealing with a new threat that is being faced by the kingdom, which is basically that years and years ago, one of the gods, the serpent, who is the god and guardian of death, and basically like the river Lethe, basically, the serpent was slain, and the serpent is seen as evil by a lot of people, and it appears to be coming back to the world. And so that is the basic premise of the book, but we see that things are a little more complicated than you would expect. And so this was a really, really fun one. I flew through it really quickly, and I really enjoyed the different characters. There's also a sapphic element, as Yenneris and Sinoe, the princess, have a little thing going on. But this was just a really fun book. I would give it like a 3.5 stars personally. This is a great book that there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like it's just not meant specifically for me, but I think that a lot of you guys would probably like it. I think that this is a great book for like the romanticy girlies who feel like they might want to get into less romance and more just like plain fantasy. I feel like this would really, really appeal to them because it does have a bit of a romantic element to it. However, on the whole, it's mostly just like a straight up fantasy story. And so this was a great novel. Personally, for my taste, not a 5-star, but I think that a lot of people would really, really enjoy this. If you've read like Emily Tesh or someone like that, I think that this is a book that you'd really enjoy. Also, Samantha Shannon. If you're a fan of her, I bet that you'd like this as well. So, I recommend that you check it out, and goodbye. I might get back in the water now.